Hey guys, welcome to third grade math. We are going to stick with our fun party theme if you joined me for the last lesson. We're going a little out of order though. Right now for math, I am looking for some party planners. I need some help. I am going to be working on planning some main elements to a party today, and I need your help. So if you think that you would be good at that, and you are really good at math, then I know you can help me, okay? So let's dive right in and let's see what you can do to help me. All right, guys, so a good party planner or anyone planning a party is going to think about, well, what are the things that you need to make a party fun? So think about that for just a minute. What are your favorite things about a party? What do you need at a party? I bet a lot of you are thinking that you need the cake or the cupcakes. I feel like that's the first thing that you're probably thinking of. So I'm going to put that on my party checklist. We need cake and or cupcakes. Either one. Okay? What's something else that we might need at a party? Maybe some decorations. Decorations can make the party fun. Okay, so decorations, maybe something that we want. All right, what's something else that we might want for our party? Can you think of something else? We need invitations, right? We have to invite everybody to the party. So invitations. Is there anything else that you can think of that we might need for a party? Who loves to get a party favor bag? Okay. I know that that's a lot of your favorites, so maybe we would like to plan to have party favors. Okay, I'm sure we can think of a couple more things, but we'll stop there and we'll see how many of these things we can get to and try to figure out some information about these items to plan us a little party today, all right? Okay, so I have a problem here for us. Okay, so before we get started, let's revisit our standard. What is it that we're focusing on? What is it that we need to know how to do by the time we finish our lesson? Well, we've hit on this before in third grade, and we worked on this a little bit on Monday with our veterinarian clinic hospital. And so we did several problems with that. So today I'm going to focus on some problems that we didn't get to. We are focusing on multi-step word problems. Multi-step means more than one step, okay? And that's hard for us because sometimes we finish one step and we think we're finished with the whole problem, but we're not. There's more, and we have to stay with it and have stamina and realize there's more, and I have to keep going until I'm truly finished, okay? These problems could include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, we talked about we're not trying to do all four of those at one time, but we are trying to maybe do at least two of those, okay? So on Monday with our veterinarian clinic, we focused on addition and multiplication. We did those two operations in our word problems. So today we're going to try to tie in some more division and subtraction since we didn't get to hit on those quite as much the other day. So before our weekends, we want to hit on those. So I have a problem here posed for us, a word problem. It says, we ordered 3 dozen cupcakes. 3 dozen. Maybe you don't know what that is. Maybe you don't know how many are in a dozen. Think about that for a minute. We're going to come back to it. 27 guests ate cupcakes. Okay, so if we're thinking that 27 guests are going to come and eat our cupcakes, we need to figure out if we have enough, right? If we're a good party planner, we got to make sure we have enough. How many cupcakes will be left? How many are going to be left over? Well, let's think about this for a minute. And when I'm reading a word problem and when I want to solve it, I really want to think about what are the things that I know and what is it that I'm trying to find, okay? We really have to dig deep into that problem and look at it closely and read it closely, just like we do in reading, before we can actually solve it. So let's look at some important information. Okay, our question's asking us how many cupcakes are going to be left over. So in order to figure out how many cupcakes would be left over, I need to look at what I'm given, okay, to solve this. Well, it says we ordered 3 dozen cupcakes, okay? This is our first piece of information. That's what we know. Now, some of us know already what 3 dozen is, or at least what 1 dozen is. And some of us may not know, and that's okay. We're going to look at that in just a minute. Then it says 27 guests ate cupcakes. Okay, so 27 guests are going to eat the cupcakes. Well, we want to make sure we have enough and that we're going to have some left over. So how can we figure that out? What can we do with these numbers, these amounts that we know, to figure out how many are going to be left over? Think about that for a minute. What would we do? All right, well, let's start by looking closer at this first part, okay? If I don't know how many a dozen are, then I have a problem, okay? A dozen is equal to 12, okay? When you're baking, a dozen means 12. So if I have 3 dozen, I don't just have 12, I have 3 groups of 12. And if I'm trying to find 3 groups of 12, what operation is that going to be that I would use? What operation? Multiplication, okay? When I know my number of groups and the number inside of the groups, that is multiplication. Now, I could also repeatedly add. So I could say 12 plus 12 plus 12, or I could say how many groups? 3. How many in my groups? 12, and multiply those numbers together. Okay? Well, if I want to do this in my head, if I want to do mental math, which is where we want you to start getting with some smaller numbers, then we can do that, okay? You have to start visualizing the breaking apart, okay? So hopefully you've seen this. I know we do it a lot in our class, but you think about your number. Break it into the hundreds, the tens, the ones. Here we just have tens and ones. We have 1 10 and we have 2 ones. Okay, kind of like a number bond. Okay, so we've got 10 and we've got 2. And we've got 10 and we've got 2. Okay, who's really good at counting by tens? I know you all are. So let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30. Now who's good at counting by twos? I bet you're also good at that. 2, 4, 6. Well, when we put all that together, the 30 plus the 6 gives us 36, which is the same thing I would get if I counted up 3 groups of 12. I just repeatedly added. So 3 dozen cupcakes means I have how many cupcakes, everybody? 36. Very good. So that's the first step here. I have to figure out how many 3 dozen is equivalent to. All right, so now that I know how many cupcakes we have, if 27 guests eat my cupcakes, then how many are going to be left over? Well, if someone eats something, what's happening to them? Are we getting more? Are we taking some away? Are we dividing them up? Are we making groups? What are we doing? We're subtracting. They're being taken away, they're being eaten, they're gone. So we take our whole of 36 and we subtract the 27 cupcakes that we know were eaten, and then we will find out how many are left over. That will be the part that's left over. Okay? Well, if I have 6 ones and I want to take 7 ones from that, can I do that? That's going to give me a negative number, and I am not doing negative numbers in 3rd grade, and I'm certainly not going to have a negative number in the middle of the ones place, okay? Because we know that this whole number would never be negative because 36 is greater than 27. So I can subtract them. So if I drew them with base 10 blocks, that would be 3 10s and 6 ones, okay? And so now if I subtract 27, I'm not going to draw 27 more. I'm just going to take 27 away. Well, we said we don't have enough ones. is there a way that I can get some more ones? I know 36 is greater than 27, so there's got to be a way that I can do this. There is. It's called regrouping, right? I can take a 10 and group it in a different way. Instead of being all stuck together in a rod of 10, I can break that into 10 ones. So I'm going to take a 10 and break it into 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? But did I subtract anything yet? No, so I'm not finished. So now I need to subtract the 7 ones now that I have enough ones to do that. Well, I know this is 6, so let's make it simple. Get rid of those 6, and one more is 7. Well, if I just put 10 down here and I take one of those away, how many are left? 9, which is what I get when I count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 ones. All right, well, how many 10s do I have? 2. What's the value of 2 10s? 20. Well, I still need to take away 20. So I'm going to subtract the 20, 10, 20 that are still there. And what am I left with? Do I have any 10s remaining? No, because I regrouped that first one into the 10 ones and combined it with my other ones. So now my answer would be 9 that would be remaining, that would be left over. So now the question is, if I ordered 36 cupcakes, would I have enough for 27 guests? Yes, I would. So, check. We've got that covered. All right, good work. Good work on that one. All right, now let's look at another one. Let's look at another scenario. So we said something else that we wanted to have was party favors. Party favors. Okay, well, let's see. I know that's one of your favorite things. Okay, tried to pick some that I thought might be your favorite here. Okay, so I'm going to grab this because it's flopping over. Okay, so I went and I bought party favor toys. I bought 2 bags of 12 toys and 1 bag of 30 toys. Okay, here they are. 12 toys, 12 toys, 30 toys. Okay. Then it says there's 9 party favor bags that we want to fill for our party. Well, I have those too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It says each bag was filled with an equal amount of toys. I don't have that done yet because I'm not there yet. How many toys are going to be in each party favor bag? So we want them to have an equal amount. We don't want somebody to have more than the other, so we've got to figure this out. Well, what do we know? We know that we went to the store and we bought 2 bags of 12 toys. 2 bags of 12 toys. 1 bag, 2 bags. And 1 bag of 30 toys. So that number is what it is, okay? Then we know that there were 9 party favor bags and that we want to put an equal amount of toys in each. Can we do that? Absolutely. So let's start from the beginning though, okay? Going back to the first part of this problem. If we go to the store and get 2 bags of 12 toys, how much is that? What is that equal to? Because it's not just 12. I have to do some math here. 2 bags of 12. Well, what's 12 doubled? Think about your doubles facts. What's 12 and 12? If you know how much 10 and 10 is and 2 and 2, then you easily know that 12 and 12 is 24. Okay, so I had to add those. All right, so I added my 2 packs of 12 toys, and that gave me 24 toys. But then I have also a bag of 30 toys. So I would need to add my 24 and 30. Well, I know that 30 is just 3 10s, and I'm good at counting by 10s. Okay, even if I don't start at 10, I'm still good at it. So if I take 24 and go 10 more 3 times, I can get this in my head and do it mentally without having to even write it down. So I'm at 24, I'm going to go 3 groups of 10. Only the 10 digit is changing, and it's increasing because I'm getting more, and it's increasing by 1 10. So I'm at 24, 34, 44, 54, and that's 3 tens. So 54 toys is how many toys we have. And we did that all without having to sit there and count all 54 toys. Isn't that awesome? Great job. Very good. Okay, now, then it says that I have 9 party favor bags to fill. Okay, well, each bag's going to get an equal amount. Well, I'm going to take all 54 of my items, okay, and I'm going to split them equally onto the 9. So we can just start sorting them down, okay. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Put too many in one spot, didn't I? All right, now my coin toys. Let's go with those. Now notice when I'm dividing, I go back to the beginning and I give every group 1 before I come back around and give another one another one. Does everybody see that? Okay, so now I've divided up all 54 of my toys. So now I need to see, well, how many are in each of these groups? So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 6, 6, 6, and 6. So what did we just do here? I did it physically based on what the problem told me, but what operation was this that we just used? It was division. Okay, we divided 54 items into 9 bags to create an equal amount in each bag, and it gave us 6. So 54, which was our total number of toys, divided by 9 equals 6, because each group has 6. And then I can use my knowledge from last week that I already know that 9 times 6 is 54, so I did this correctly because that's my whole amount. So I can already attend to precision in my head if I know my multiplication and division relationships with those numbers, okay? Very good. All right, so now we've determined the number of party favors. Look at y'all. Y'all are awesome party planners. This is awesome. Okay, so real quickly, I have something that you can do at home, okay? And you can practice this. I have lined up some party hats right here. I have party hats, and I want to show you how to write your own word problem. Did you know you could do that? And it's super easy. And then if you can write a word problem, you can write a bunch of word problems, and you can play a game with them, okay? Now, they could be multi-step, they could be single-step, depends on who you're playing with. But what you do to play the game is you would create word problems if you don't have them at your house. If you already have word problems at your house, then you could just use those. If you have them in a math book or something like that, you could have those as your problems, and you draw one of the word problems, and you play what we call Connect Four. Who's played Connect Four before? Okay, well, you could create a grid like this, or if you have the game at home, you could use the game, and you could put one of the circle tokens in every time you get a word problem correct, okay? And then you're still trying to achieve the same goal of getting 4 in a row without your partner or someone else playing against you, to block you from getting that 4 in a row. Or if you don't have the game, you would draw a grid like this, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and then we have 5 in each row. Now, you don't have to have one that big. You could make yours smaller if you have less problems. That's kind of up to you, okay? So let me show you real quickly how to create a word problem so you could play your 4 in a row Connect 4 game. All right, so this is my model. I have party hats because we're going party themed. Well, anytime I made a visual, you don't have to. You could just make up numbers. You can make up a situation. I just thought it might be easier the first time to see it visually since it's the first time we're doing this. So I have a model. I have rows. I have columns. And I can make this into any kind of problem I want. I can use any operation. So here we have rows that go side to side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 1, 2, 3 party hats in each row, okay? So I'm going to go with the easiest one for time's sake, and that's going to be multiplication, okay? So you have to think about, what could I do? How many do I have? What could I do with that number? Could I multiply? Could I divide? Could I add? Could I subtract? What do I want to do with it? And then you have to create a story with it, okay? So I might say that I was planning a party for 14 people. I have, what do we have? We have 4 rows of 3 hats. Okay. Do I have enough hats for my guests? Okay, so let's look at what we just did here. We said, what are we doing? We're planning a party. So we got to tell our story with it. How many people is it for? 14 people. Okay? And then I have 4 rows with 3 hats in it. So now I know what I have, then I have to ask a question. This is the part kids forget sometimes. You have to ask the question. What is the question? What are we trying to find? We're trying to find out if we have enough hats for our guests. Well, how can we find that? We know how many guests. We know how many hats. We have 4 rows of 3. So that's like saying 4 groups of 3. So that would be 4 times 3, right? And so if we have 4 rows of 3, we have 3, 6, 9, 12. If I didn't know that, I could count all 12 of them out, okay? And that gives me 12. So let's look at this again. I was planning a party for 14 people. Now I know I had 12 hats. Do I have enough hats for my guests? Nope, I'm gonna have to go back to the store. How many more do I need? Quick, quick, quick. Ooh, 14 minus 12. We subtract to find out how many more we need. And that other part would be 2. We need at least 2 more hats. You're probably gonna have to buy a bigger pack than that. All right, guys, so that's just a quick way to show you how to do that. You can practice writing some word problems at home, practice writing a bunch of them and playing your game 4 in a row. And I will see you next week. Thank you for helping me plan our party.